Okay, hello. Uh, we'll start about 2.2, just talking about functions. Okay, let's have an idea on what functions are. Alright, functions and their graphs. First, what's the definition of a function? A function from a set A, which is the domain, to set B, which is the range, is a relationship between the two sets that assigns each element of X in set A to exactly one element of Y in set B. Okay, here you have some characteristics of functions. You can revise them by yourself later. I'm just going to give you an example on this one. If you have here, let's say that this is your domain, and the elements in this domain are going to be X, and here you'll have the range where the elements here are called the Y. So here let's say you have 1, 2, 3, and here A, B, C. So here each element from X must have a match from Y. That means all of the elements in X must have a match in the Y. Okay. It's okay if two elements from the X can be matched with one element from the Y, but it's not possible that one element from the X can be matched with two different elements from the Y. So that's what you've been reading here. Here it says that set element X to exactly one from the Y. So from the X it must be with exactly one from the Y. It cannot be with two elements from the Y. The X cannot be matched with two elements from the Y. It must be exactly only one match from the Y. Okay, that's the idea. As I told you, these are some characteristics that you can check. I'm going to proceed now. Here you have an example. Which of the equations represents Y as a function of X? I'll give you two equations here. And based on the solution that you'll find from these two equations, you can decide if those equations can be called as functions or not. So let's start with the first one. Of course, you want to make Y the subject, so take the x squared there. Y equals to 1 minus x squared. So the value of Y is exactly 1 minus x squared. So it is a function. This can be called as a function. Okay, let's try the second example. Same thing. To make the Y by itself, take the x back. So Y squared equals to 1 plus x. So what would be the value of Y? We'll put both sides under the root. So Y equals to plus or minus root of 1 plus x. So here Y is either plus root 1 plus x or minus root of 1 plus x. So this Y got two different solutions. So this is not a function. This cannot be a function. So the Y must be expressed as only function. The Y must be expressed as only one solution. I want specific solution like this one. If you have two different things, then you cannot call this equation as a function. I'll give you another question to practice more on functions. Okay, here you have a question. It's saying that a function of g, that means g of x, equals to minus x squared plus 4x plus 1. First we want to find g of 2, then g of t, and then g of x plus 2. Okay, I'll start with the first one. That means here, look, g of x, so here and here you have g of 2. So instead of each and every x, you'll put 2. So minus plus 4 plus 1. So this x's will be replaced with what? With 2. You have a squared here actually. So this is g of 2. G of 2 will be what? Minus 2 squared. It will be minus 4, because first you do the exponent and the minus is as it is, plus 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1. Minus 4 plus 8 is 4. 4 plus 1 will give you 5. So g of 2 equals to what? 5. This is the answer for the first question. Let's talk about the second one. G of t equals to what? I'll do the same thing. I'm putting blanks instead of what? Instead of the x's, to plug in what? Here, t. So it will be just minus t squared plus 4t plus 1. So this is g of t. Okay. Let's see the third one. I'll do the same thing. G of what? Here you have x plus 2. So instead of this x, I'm going to plug in what? X plus 2. So I'll leave it as blank first. Minus something squared plus 4 times something plus 1. And that something is actually x plus 2. So here, before you open the bracket, don't forget you have to use the perfect square. I'll remind you about the perfect square here. If you have a plus b, the whole squared, it is a squared plus 2ab plus what? B squared. So here a squared, which means the first one squared, which is x squared, plus 2 times the first times the second. 2 times the first is 2x. 2x times 2 is 4x, plus the second one squared. That means 2 squared, it will give you 4, plus, open the bracket here, 4x plus 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1. Here again I'll open the bracket by multiplying this bracket by negative, minus x squared plus 4x, minus 4x, sorry, minus 4x minus 4 plus 4x plus 8 plus 1. So what I did here is I just multiplied this bracket by this negative sign. Now I will collect the like terms. Starting with the bigger power, of course, which is g of x plus 2 equals to, here you have first minus x squared, because it's the only x squared here, minus 4x and plus 4x will be cancelled out to give you 0. So add the numbers. Minus 4 plus 8 is 4, and 4 plus 1 will give you 5. So g of x plus 2 equals to negative x squared plus 5. So this will be the final answer. Okay, good. So now I'll give you some questions that I want you to try by yourself. Which of the equations represents y as a function of x? I'll give you 2 equations and you'll decide which of them is representing a function. So I'll make them 3. Okay, the first question is saying x minus 3 plus y squared equals to 7. Second one, x plus 2y the whole squared equals to negative 5. Third one, x squared minus 3y equals to 17. Of course, here don't forget to open the bracket using a perfect square method and decide which of these three equations are functions and which of them are not functions. Okay, the second part of question will be, let f of x equals to what? Okay, let f of x equals to 3x squared minus 5x plus 5 plus 8, I mean, and I want to find f of negative 2 and also f of x plus 3. Okay, solve these two questions, and if you have any problem you can ask me.